This podcast contains strong language and discussions about relationships, sex, and love. It may not be suitable for younger listeners. This is the Sex and Singapore City podcast, and I am Nixalina. Hi, it's Nixalina. Welcome back to another Monday evening. This episode is not as cheery as some of my others, but I think it's something that we should all be tapping into and understanding and helping each other and ourselves with. And it's called How to Get Over Someone Who Cheated on You. Now, if you listen to my recovery and healing episodes from a toxic, traumatic relationship, you might see there's an overlap in the stuff I'm going to talk about today. But that makes sense because being cheated on is traumatic. And someone who cheats on you is probably not the nicest person. I know I'm saying that very slowly because I'm trying to make sure that I understand cheating is not black and white. I understand cheating isn't always like the worst thing on the planet. However, in my eyes, it really is. Personally, I think cheating is just the lowest of the low. Really scum of the earth move. That's my personal opinion. I think if you're going to cheat on someone, you might as well just accept the relationship doesn't exist for you. Like, if you can have sex with someone else while you're in a relationship, then the relationship is broken. So be honest and get out of it. Don't just cheat on people. So for me, being cheated on is extremely traumatic. I have been cheated on a fair few times. And as we all know, my last ex actually overlapped me with this new girl because, zero respect for women. But being cheated on, even if you find out there and then, or you find out years later, it's hard. Often you're cheated on and that's what ends the relationship. And this is, I guess, where this episode is directed at. So, scenario, been together a couple of years. For some reason, you start going through his phone or you check his social or whatever, and then somehow it all comes out that he's actually cheated on you. And then the relationship is then over. It's so difficult because it's something that you weren't planning for. It's something that you didn't expect. It's often out of the blue. Then you deep dive into why and the how and how long it's been going on and why did you do this to me and what did I ever do to deserve this? And then you deep dive into why am I not good enough? Why am I not worthy of loyalty? Why did I, not see this coming? Then you also deep dive into imagining that person with that person, and you play it over and over in your head, like you're intimate with this person and this person's now intimate with someone else. And it's mind fuckery to the 8th degree, honestly. It's awful. So how the fuck do you get over that? Let's go, shall we? Because I got some pointers that I reckon is going to really help. And it comes from experience. So yes, here's how to get over being cheated on. Point 1, cut all contact. Cut all contact. And change your number if you have to. It's very dramatic, I understand that, especially number changing. This person's cheated on you. They are not your forever. They're not your soulmate. I'm sorry if you thought they were. I'm sorry if it was a 10-year relationship. I'm sorry if you've invested your whole life. This person is not your soulmate. Therefore, cutting contact is the first thing you have to do on your healing process. All the while they're there trying to beg for you back, claiming it was a mistake, claiming they won't do it again. You're going to be opening yourself up to being hoovered right back in. You're also opening yourself up for a dialogue to let that person come around into your life. Honestly, once they've cheated on you, it's a broken relationship. The trust isn't there. It's a very rare case where you can get that trust back. Very, very rare, if not impossible, after you're aware that your partner has cheated on you. I couldn't possibly do it at all. That, for me, is a bloody deal breaker. So cut all contact. It's the start of you accepting you're on your own, accepting your new life, and you cut that bastard out. Fucking brutal. It really hurts. It's like being weaned off a drug, I'm assuming, for a drug addict. I can imagine that's the level of like going cold turkey. But it's the first and most important step. Cut all contact. That includes social media, okay? Point 2. Do not stalk that secondary woman or man. Do not compare yourself. It's not actually about them. It really isn't. It's about the person doing the cheating. And usually the person they cheat on you with is someone like so below you in the nicest possible way. Like usually it's someone that you're like, are you serious? You wouldn't even think they would look at them twice in the street. And you're like, ew, really? Really? So rather than internalizing that and be like, oh my God, he's chosen that over me. No. That's the person who cheated, that's their fucking bruised ego. That's their need for attention. That's their need for someone to stroke their fucking pride. That is nothing on you. Do not compare yourself. So rather than even having to, if you find out who it is, I'm sorry, that sucks. But if it not, don't hunt for it. Don't try and find out. It's so hard to do, but stop yourself stalking that other person. Just be like, it doesn't matter who it is with. The fact that you cheated is enough. Done. Because by opening up that can of worms, you are going to start causing yourself even more pain and insecurities. Or rage when you realize how ugly they are. And you're like, what the fuck? And so you either got like pain or rage. 2 emotions we really don't want. Point 3, do not reach out to aforementioned secondary person, okay? Worst thing you can do, because it's not your problem, it's not your shit. If your partner is the kind of person that can do that, chances are they've told this third person a lot of shit. They've lied to him, or my relationship's really bad, or oh, she makes me really angry, or oh, I'm the victim. Oh my God, I just want to get out, but I can't. Whatever they've fucking fed this person who they've cheated on you with, that person's going to believe them. You are in no place to want or need to reach out to him. You're going to want to be like, did you know he said this? Did you know he said that? You're going to want to because you're filled with so much frustration and disbelief and anger. Don't do it. Just be like, okay, honey, here's your problem now, sweetheart. Don't reach out to him. I promise you it's a bad decision. Point 4, do not get drunk. Do not get drunk. The reason why you shouldn't get drunk is because, 1, you probably do actually really want to get drunk off the bat, because obviously alcohol and, people use it for self-medication purposes and, take the edge off stuff. But actually it's a depressant. It's going to bring up all those emotions that you don't want to bring up, and it's going to bring them all to the fucking surface. You're going to be out of control when you're drunk, so you're going to probably do and say stuff you regret. And it's going to fill you with more anxiety and shame and regret and sadness once you've sobered up and you're hungover. If you can, don't get drunk, because it's like, adding gasoline to a fire at this point. Number 5, as I reiterated, block and delete him off every app. And I mean Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, WhatsApp. If you met on dating apps and you're still on there, unmatch him off there. You've got to wipe the slate clean here. Not because you're evil and you've immediately forgotten them. Not because you want to act like they don't exist. It's for your own healing. It really is for your own healing. This is what this is about. And whether they like it or not, I don't give a shit. you have to block them off everything. I don't care if it looks pathetic. I don't care if people are like, oh, she's unfriended her partner on Facebook. Oh, she's changed her status to single. I don't care. Do what you got to fucking do for you. And that also means unfriending all of his mates as well and her mates. You don't want to see photos of him like having a great time with the new person. You don't want to see photos, even if you saw photos of him sad, you don't want to see that either because that's going to pull at your heartstrings. All of this is no good for you. So block. I mean it. Are you listening to me? I fucking mean it. You block him off everything. Do as you're told. Number 6, you got to understand this is trauma and you need to heal. So many of us are like, oh, it's okay, whatever, I'm fine. Like, he was a scumbag, or, okay, you know, I actually don't care. Well, I didn't really love him anyway, or, oh, it was all going downhill anyway. And we try and mask the pain. Actually, no, don't do that. It's much easier to sit with your friends and be like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, it's fine. I'm fine. But you're not fine. Do you know why? Because you had a really traumatic experience. Because you were betrayed at the highest level by the person you were supposed to be closest to and most intimate with. You were lied to. And if it was cheating on like long-term affair cheating, it's fucking painful. It's traumatic. It's something that you are going to have to heal from. And I mean time and a process and a journey, not like, okay, I'm fine next day. Well, I'm going to fuck someone else. That will help. It won't help at all. Except it's trauma. This is a whole point on itself because people don't want to admit it's traumatic. And it is. Number 7, part of your healing process is to sit with every emotion. That includes rage. Yeah, that bad boy is going to be around a lot. You need to sit with every fucking emotion and experience it to then process it. Okay? Every emotion. You're going to be devastated. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to be so angry. You're going to want revenge. You're going to want justice. You're going to want to tell the truth. You're going to want to shout it from the rooftops. You're going to want to talk it out and talk it out and talk it out. You're like, there's so much going on. Please don't try and drink it away or fuck it away by jumping into bed with someone else immediately, you know, to prove your value. Like, oh, hey, you cheated on me, but look, I can get a dick straight away. Aren't I great? No, he's heading for disaster. That's rebound territory, and you need to listen to my episode on why rebounds do not work and should never be done after a breakup. You need to sit with every single emotion, accept it, breathe through it, and ride out those fucking low days and ride out the high days and accept one day you're going to be feeling great and fuck him and the next day you're going to be a mess and you have to just sit with it. Please just process every emotion that comes your way and accept how you feel, because that is part of the healing process and makes it a lot quicker for you to eventually recover. You're not running away from them, emotions, you're accepting them. That's why it's going to be quicker to heal for you. Number 8, journal. Journaling helps. It helps a lot. I talk about it a lot on my social media and lots of other episodes, but journaling is like having 3 therapy, man. You write down every day how you feel. I'm fucking angry. Oh my God, I saw a picture of that girl. I can't believe that's who he chose to have sex with. I can't believe that's who he cheated on me with. I can't believe he did that to me after everything I've done for him. Oh, I'm really sad. Oh, I miss him today. Today I really fucking miss him. I miss the affection. I miss his cuddles. Oh my God, maybe I'm never going to meet someone again. Whatever you got in your head, write it all down. It's so incredible to get it all out. It's very cathartic, the whole process. You can be very deeply honest with you and your journal, and like no one else is obviously going to be able to tap into that, so you can say what you're fucking like. You use that journal as something every day to just, even if you just do it every morning over coffee, to just get stuff out. It really does help release it from inside. And the great thing about it is it also means you can look back and go, well, fuck me, look where I was 6 months ago. I am not that girl anymore at all. You know, you can be like, damn, look at my growth. And that makes you feel really good because you're like, when you're in the thick of it, you can't see your way out. But then when you look back and you're like, well, actually, a month ago, I was feeling extremely different. So this is interesting. I can tell the healing process is actually working. Journal. Free bloody therapy, I'm telling you. Just try and do it, even not every day, every couple of days, or even just weekly if that's all you can manage. But really give it a go, I implore you. Number 9, shift the blame. When you get cheated on, it's so easy to blame yourself. You must understand with every fibre of your being, it is not your fault. Because even if the relationship was a fucking shit show and a disaster, no one deserves to be cheated on. The other person could have gone, look, I'm not happy anymore, see you fucking later. You don't have to be, like, cheated on is just the worst thing to do to someone, especially someone you say that you love and you pretend you want to be with them forever and you call them your soulmate and love of your life and then you're putting your dick somewhere else. Victim shaming and blaming on ourselves is really adds to the trauma of what you've gone through. Shift that bloody blame back onto that person. I am worthy. I am whole. I was loyal. I got cheated on not because of anything I did or didn't do. I got cheated on because that was his active decision because he has zero respect for me and fuck him. Shift that blame. Also, this isn't just to make you feel better, like, oh, I'm going to pretend it's his fault, but actually, no, facts. He is to blame. She is to blame, not you. Number 10, talk it out. Along with your journal, I encourage you to get a therapist. If you can't afford a therapist because they're bloody expensive in Singapore, then you can find online forums and support groups and chat places where people have gone through the same experience, or just talk it out with your closest friends and family. You really can't bottle this up. You have to keep talking it out. And honestly, you will probably be talking it out for months and months and months. You got to find people that really love you and are going to be okay listening to it because this is part of the healing process. You go over it again. You ruminate and ruminate and ruminate and oh my God and this and that. And what if they're having sex right now? Oh my God. Talk it out. Get someone's outside perspective, get people to listen to you. And it is part. It's like, that's why talking therapy exists, because talking is a part of the therapy concept. So talk it out with people. Don't bottle it up. Point number 11, do not take them back. Ever. Okay? I tried it. It doesn't work. The trust is broken. It's not bent. It can't be sellotaped back to, it's broken. It's fucking shattered. It doesn't even exist anymore. The trust is broken. There is nothing more betrayal in that level than to be intimate with someone else behind your back and lie about it. Do not take them back. Do not take them back. Okay. Point 12. Fill all of your newfound time with awesome fucking stuff. Hello, you're now single. You now have all this time on your hands where you used to like be invested in what they want and who they want to do. And you could get rid of all that. Get rid of all that. You're like, shit, man, I've got all this time on my hands. I'm going to take up a hobby. I'm going to go dancing with my friends. Pre-COVID, miss the bars and clubs. Bring back our clubs. I want to go hang out with the girls. I want to go for a bike ride on my own. I want to play a sport. You got all this time to yourself. Do something fucking awesome with it that makes you love your own life, love yourself, and be fucking grateful and see it as a blessing that relationship ended. Don't sit at home wallowing. Granted, that healing starts, especially the first 3 months, you're probably going to be a shell of a woman. But when you get through that, you're like, well, fuck me. I want to try this. Even if you wanted to take up archery. I've always wanted to do archery. Go for it. You've got no one else to please anymore except your bad self. So go out and fucking please yourself as much as you want. Number 13, don't play the victim. Once you've gotten to your healing process and you're in this headspace now where you're like, well, damn, like, cool, I'm okay. It's still very easy to be like, oh, I got cheated on, you know, especially if you start dating someone. Oh, no, I actually got cheated on. You put yourself into a victim mindset. It's tricky because you are a victim, but also in the same score, you're not a victim. You just was with someone who's a bit of a fucking dick. So drop that victim mindset. If you are dating a new person, you know, why did you break up with your ex? Very simple. Oh, it just didn't work out. That's all you got to say. Okay, yeah, it ended up he wasn't actually a very nice person. Done. Don't put yourself in victim mode because that will perpetuate more victimness, you know, because what you put out, you attract. We're dropping all that negativity. You're not a victim. Your ex is a fucking knob. End of it. Number 14, don't romanticize what the fuck he's up to now. Chances are he's not doing okay. Leopards don't change their spots. And even if he has, or it looks like he's having a fucking great time, just remember, it wasn't good for you. It doesn't matter whether he's like, oh my God, I found the one again on social media or whatever he's up to. He was toxic for you. She was toxic for you. And that's all you got to bear in mind. Don't romanticize his fucking new relationship or his new life or whatever. Don't compare. It's literally not of your concern anymore because he's a cheat. She's a cheat. Right? Who the fuck wants to be with a cheater? Who the fuck wants to be with someone that low? No, don't even concern yourself with what they're up to now. But if you've done all the other steps, you've done your healing, you've done your journaling, you talked it out, and you've blocked them off everything, you won't even be concerned or looking at what they're up to. You won't even know what they're up to. Number 15, give yourself the closure they never did. So this is very important. When you feel that you've reached that end of that painful part of the journey, you can give yourself closure. We always seem to think closure comes from the other person. You desperately want them to come to your front door and say, look, I'm so sorry and I did this and I'm so sorry. You want that you want that control, that ego boost. You want to be validated that you're not the one in the wrong. You want the closure. Their chances are if they're a cheat, they're not going to give it to you. In fact, they might even blame you and say, like, well, you made me cheat. Oh, you did it. Remember that time you pissed me off? You're the reason I cheated. What you can do is you can learn to give yourself closure. And it helps, especially with the journaling, when you write or talk it out, okay, this is how I feel about the situation. I'm really glad that experience happened to me because I now feel this, this, and this. I'm now grown into the woman I was always destined to become. I am now the kind of empowered, independent, single person that I've always admired and loved, and I knew I could do it. This process gave me the growth to level up my life that I didn't even know I needed. Give yourself this very wholesome, positive closure that actually it was a really good thing to happen to you, and take that positivity away from a bad experience and away from a bad person and put it all into yourself and give yourself closure and be like, hey, wasn't the one. And sort of just start focusing back on yourself again and understanding that, like, they weren't the one. I know you thought they weren't. And give yourself that chapter of closure for you, for nobody else but you. And finally, number 16, love yourself. Loving yourself is honestly, it's actually harder than what we all think it is, but it's such a bloody important thing to actually get to grips with. If you've got old, like, inner child wounds you have to heal, or, you know, you really struggled through this cheating traumatic experience, learning to actually wholesomely, authentically love yourself is going to be the best feeling you can ever have. And it's going to help you rise beyond this. You will drop that victim mindset. You will completely detach from that person because you love yourself so much. You're like, Why would I ever emotionally attach myself to someone like you who can cheat on me? Why would I ever put myself in that situation again? Why would I ever blame myself for being cheated on as if I'm the one with the problem? No. When you love yourself, it's just these feelings of like inner peace and happiness and positivity, and your whole vibration changes and your whole energy changes, and you will soon realize that this could have been actually the biggest blessing in disguise that you never knew you needed. So, on that note, go forth, do the healing, get over being cheated on, and as cliche as it sounds, you can level up and get ready to live your best life. Because I promise you, if you do the work, you will be in this place. Thank you for listening. That is the end of this episode. If you have been cheated on or you're currently going through a breakup being cheated on, I'm always here to talk it out with you. Please DM me on Instagram at Nixalina, Nixalina. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Sex and Singapore City podcast. This episode was produced and hosted by me, Nixalina, and recorded at the Splicecast studio in Singapore. I'm available to listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and all major podcast listening apps. Do subscribe to enjoy a new episode every Monday evening. Please do give me a 5-star review. It helps other people also find my podcast. For more awesome content and features to read, you can check out my website, sexandsingaporecity.com. That's sexandsingaporecity.com. I'm also on social media. Simply search at Nixalina, Nixalina, to find me. Don't be shy. Come say hi.